you could record or just wait a sec. Yeah, hi, we're recording. Cool. Hi. Okay. So what's up, Fit Tribe? It is Wednesday, December 16th. 2015, whatever we want to call it, which is crazy, right? I mean, y'all know every time I do a team call, I'm like, this year has flown by faster than any year. Something's up with the world. But anyway, so tonight is a special, exciting evening. I'm not even going to say anything because we have Josh Coates here, who is so awesome, you guys. He was recommended to me by Judd Welty. You guys know Judd. Judd's done a call for us before. And he was like, Molly, you have to talk with him. He's just going to help you think in a different way, and he's going to help you with your business. And we had like one conversation, and ever since then, I'm like, it was like unicorns and rainbows, and I'm like, I like got in this whole different frame of mind. And so I really am excited. You guys know, like I posted on our Facebook page, I feel like I did it. And so I'm excited for you guys because I know you want to end this year strong. And I know you want to go into 2016 like on fire. So Josh is going to share a bunch of stuff and some opportunities and things like that. And so thank you, as always, for taking time out of your busy lives to be on this, because that means it matters to you. So you guys matter to me, and I'm excited. So take notes, though. Remember, smart people take notes. You guys know that. You don't need to hear that from me. So I'm going to hand it over to Josh. Does that sound good?
Way cool.
Yeah, and you can mute all of us or whatever you need, because we could be a noisy bunch. I mean, we're pretty fun. Just saying.
Yes.
Cool.
I forgot to do it at the beginning, and I didn't want to accidentally mute you in the middle of talking, so I waited.
Oh my gosh. Oh, thanks. All of a sudden I'm
like, so I'll go ahead and mute everybody, but thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Have fun, everybody.
Let's see. Allow and yes. Beautiful. So you're all muted, which I hate, but obviously we know there's tons of background noise. So give me lots of facial expressions tonight. I'll say lots of stupid stuff just so that I know people are actually listening. We got a ton of people on this call. I love it. Molly, thank you so much for the kind words and for letting me be on. You're on my far right, so if I look like I'm looking at the corner of my screen, it's just because I'm trying to make eye contact with you and make sure that you're not thinking I'm psycho or crazy or like giving me like funny looks, and then I know I need to like change directions real quick. So thank you, everyone, for being on the call tonight. I appreciate it so much. I love, love, love speaking on team calls for my clients because I know that you are probably the main people that we're helping every single time we talk, because you're the people that are engaged. You're the people that are involved. You're the people, if you're not on team calls or at least watching the recording, I have to wonder how bad you really want this business. Because if you really want the business, you would be learning anything and everything you can from the people that are out ahead of you in the business. And so that's why I love team calls, because I know I'm talking to the people, whether you're watching this live or whether you're watching this recorded, I know I'm talking to the people who want to make this happen. And those are the people that I want to help, okay? I want to help people that are going to turn around and use this stuff and make use of this time, you know? For all of us, our time is the most valuable asset we have. Money is nice. I like money. I don't know if anyone dislikes money, but time is much more valuable because I can always get more money. I can run a Facebook ad tomorrow and make a little more money. I can, put on a new training group next week. I can message 10 people tomorrow and make more money, but I can never get my time back. And that's why tonight's topic is so, so, so invaluable. Because I want to talk to you about finding your focus, okay? So real quick, just so I kind of can gauge who I'm talking to and where I kind of need to take it in different directions, how many diamond or above coaches do I have on the call? Can you raise your hand? Okay. How many emerald coaches do I have? Okay. And then how many coaches do I have? Perfect. Okay, perfect. So wonderful. So this is the exact thing that you guys need to hear, okay? I was going to have to adjust it a little bit if we had like 10 diamonds and like 10 emerald, but no, this is absolutely perfect. So if you are a diamond, some of this may be stuff that you've kind of already conquered, but I want you to listen anyways and take notes. Ruby, oh, we got a Ruby. I'm sorry, Heather. I skipped over Ruby just like everyone else in Beachbody, right? We give Rubies no credit. So I'm sorry. We got a Ruby on the call. So even if you are a diamond, please listen and take notes. Because the thing is, I'm on the John Maxwell team. I'm not a Beachbody coach. And the cool thing about that is it allows me to listen to you guys and have an outside perspective of the holes and the gaps in the company. Because let's face it, when you learn from the same people all the time, it's a good thing in the fact that you're learning from them what works and what doesn't because they've made it work, right? But sometimes it's a bad thing because you forget to stop and reflect and think about what's working and what's not working. And so tonight, I want to talk to you about finding your focus because I've talked to hundreds, literally hundreds of Beachbody coaches. And at every single level in the Beachbody business, there are different struggles that I find, okay? So everyone who is like less than a Ruby is struggling with the exact same thing. I swear when I talk to you tonight, you're going to think that I'm inside your head. I joke with people sometimes that I'm psychic. I'm not really, but you're going to think I am, I promise, okay? Because I've talked to so many of you, I know what you're going through, okay? Ruby to like 1 star has a whole new struggle of their own. And then 2 star and up has their own struggles. And now I'm starting to find that 10 star and 15 stars have their own set of struggles. But like someone said the other day to me, new level, new devil. At every new level, there's a new devil that you have to conquer. But focus is the number one devil you have to conquer if you want to be successful in this business. And let me tell you why. Because my very first year in business, I struggled with the exact same thing you guys are struggling with. See, when I signed up for the John Maxwell team, I was given training through John Maxwell and a handful of people that he had picked to basically train us on the Maxwell philosophies for leadership and personal development, all this stuff. But I still had to build a business from scratch, okay? So I had to go out and find my own clients. I had to create my own training groups. I had to literally build a business from scratch. Now, they give you kind of some guidelines on what the best practices are and how to do that. But at the end of the day, you're kind of on your own. You don't have like an upline diamond and an upline star diamond that you can go into your online office and go, oh, looky there, Molly Richards is my upline star diamond. I can just contact her and say, what the heck do I do, right? I didn't have that. I just had to kind of figure some stuff out. So here's the biggest struggle I had. Are you ready for it? Because I know it's what you're struggling with. Coming home from work every single day, I worked a full-time job, had 3 kids running around in the background, and I would pull out my phone and I would think, you know what? I think I need to probably have a social media presence. So let me post something on Facebook. Oh, you know what? I heard Instagram's, going really well for some people. Maybe I should post on there. But I was just listening to Shalene the other day, and she said you really need to work. She had someone on that was talking about YouTube, and how you really need to like build up this presence on YouTube because it's going to have lasting presence forever. So I need to make a YouTube video. Okay, wait a second. I don't even have a website. How are people going to find me if I don't have a website? Okay, let me research a little. How do I make a website? Let me look at that. I realize that's a 20-hour project. Okay, that's fine. And 5 hours later, I'm stressed, I'm overwhelmed, I'm confused, and I still haven't made a single sale. And this goes on for days upon days upon days upon weeks upon months of literally doing things that are not profitable. I'm posting here, I'm posting there, I'm creating this, I'm creating that, I'm making content here, making content there. And all of this stuff is going on. And here's the deal. There is so much good training out there, but not all of that good training is for you in the season that you're in right now. And so here's what I did my first year of business. I made a commitment to making as many mistakes as I possibly could just for the sake of learning. I read a book by John Maxwell called Sometimes You Win, Sometimes You Learn. The whole philosophy behind the book is this. If you win, good for you, but if you screw up, it's not a loss as long as you learn something from it. So I committed my first year to, here's the deal, Josh, you're probably not going to have many wins. So let's just have as many losses as we can so we can learn from it. So I learned every possible way to not build a business. And every single possible one of those ways I was messing with every single day, tampering with this site, tampering with that, working on YouTube channel, doing all of these. And here's the thing. I was so scatterbrained that 1, I wasn't making any progress in any of those areas or on any of those social media sites. 2, I felt like my brain was going to explode. I like to call it fog brain. Has anyone ever had fog brain? Where you have so many things on your to-do list but none of them are checked off. They're just kind of all randomly and sporadically getting touched here and there. And then before you know it, it's time to cook dinner. And then you remember that you were trying to listen to this video. And before you know it, it's like 9 o'clock at night and you have no idea what you've even accomplished. And here's a problem with that is you have accomplished nothing, but you're actually more tired and more stressed out than you would have been if you would have just accomplished 2 or 3 things. Because if you accomplish 2 or 3 things, you get to check them off your list, and then guess what? They're gone out of your brain. It's no longer space in your brain that's taken up. It's no longer something that you're trying to think about enough that you don't forget it. It's literally like a burden has been removed, and you actually get a sense of satisfaction. Just like when you get your workout done, right? The worst thing in the world is when I forget to schedule time for my workout in the morning and I end up trying to work out at like 8 o'clock at night. Do we have any evening workout people? Like that's just, to me, that's the worst. Like I hate it because all day long, I'm like worried about how am I going to fit that in? How am I going to make that? Because then the kids are going to get home and then I'm going to have this going on. Then we're going to have dinner. I can't work out right after dinner. No way I'm going to do hammer and chisel with dinner in my stomach. So then I got to wait a couple hours to let it digest, right? Well, then 8 o'clock comes around, the kids are in bed, and then my wife wants to spend time with me. And so literally you have this thought just going through your brain all day trying to figure out when it's going to fit in. Whereas if I just get it done, like sometime before noon, usually I'll try to fit it in between a call. It's done, it's out of my brain, and I don't have to worry about it the rest of the day. And I can just feel good about the fact that I accomplished it. But most of you, I would bet, have so many things on your to-do list, but the problem is it's not an actual to-do list because it's not wrote down anywhere. It's just kind of an ongoing list in your brain that you don't get very many things at all checked off, and you go to bed every single night stressed out. You're overwhelmed, you're confused, you're tired, and on a pretty regular basis, you're thinking about quitting. Not because you don't love the business, not because you don't believe in the products, but because you are wondering, how much longer can I go? Where my kids only get a fourth of mommy or daddy. Where my spouse only gets a fourth of me. Where I'm just literally this person that's so scatterbrained and so all over the place. My spouse is sick and tired of me playing on my phone all the time. They're always getting on to me. Why are you always on your phone? What are you doing over there? Which would be fine if you were making like $2,000 a week. But when you're getting like $45 a week, the spouse is usually not real happy about you being on the phone all day and night, right? And so you get to this point of just exhaustion and disappointment. There's nothing worse than being exhausted and disappointed. Now, if you're exhausted because you've been very, very productive, that's a little different because then it still sucks to be exhausted, but you're like, but hey, I accomplished all of this and I got this big fat check on the way right now. I can take that. We can take the weekend off, go with the family and go do something. But when you are exhausted and not getting results, that sucks. I know from experience because that was my entire first year of business. Exhausted and literally no money. For my entire first year as a speaker, coach, and trainer on the John Maxwell team, I profited probably less than $1,000. And I started it in February of last year. So 11 months, I profited about $1,000. And yet, I was working my business about 3 hours a day. That's pretty sad, isn't it? That's really sad. I mean, I don't know of anyone in Beachbody that's ever had that bad of results. And I've talked to a lot of people. So if someone that had that bad of results can now have over 30 one-on-one coaching clients, 3 of them are in the top 30 in the entire Beachbody network, have 70 plus people in training groups every single month for 4 consecutive months now, actually working on a brand new training group now. If someone can go from that in their first year to this in their second year, don't you think they've probably figured something out? Do you know what I figured out? A very systematic game plan that I'm going to share with you guys tonight in just a second. Okay? Very, very systematic. I like to brag a little bit, not a lot, a bit, but just a little bit, that I can help people be more productive in 1 hour than they've ever been in 3 hours. I know that sounds crazy. I know it sounds crazy, but I promise I've had over 70 people a month in training groups. And when I ask all of them at the end, okay, was what I just taught you more productive than what you usually achieve in 3 hours in your business? And almost all of them, so there are some exceptions, but almost all of them are like, dude, yes, that's way more productive than what I do with my 3 hours of time. Okay. So let me set this up a little bit. How many of you have ever gone to Starbucks? Anybody ever been to Starbucks? Come on, we all go to Starbucks like 5 times a day, right? You know, maybe not you guys because you guys are health and fitness coaches. So I'll take the rap for this one, okay? And when you show up at Starbucks, I swear everyone else in the freaking city also decided they needed Starbucks at the same time, right? And it's always when you're running late, you've got maybe like 10 minutes to get to work or 10 minutes to get the kids to school, or for us, it's every Sunday morning. It's like there's a Starbucks like literally a quarter of a mile from our church. And so every Sunday morning, like we're like, we got to get some caffeine. We're tired. It's Sunday morning. We just got done getting all 3 boys ready. Give me some coffee, right? Every single time we get there, there's like a line of 20 people because guess what? Everyone else needs coffee after getting their kids ready and going to church, right? And it's the worst. But here's the thing with Starbucks. They pump that stuff out like this. They can go through 20 cars in the drive-thru in less than 5 minutes. But here's the thing. I want you to imagine you go into Starbucks and there's a line of 20 people, okay? And one person is at the cash register and they're kind of just like hanging out and you're like, okay, here's what I want. I'm going to give you our family order. Are you ready for this? Okay. So for my wife, I need a venti iced decaf black and white mocha with made as skinny as you can with an extra shot of decaf split pumps. I mean, that's a whole order by itself, right? And then I'm going to need a grande white mocha with an extra shot. We need a bottle of water for my wife because she's pregnant. She always needs more water. And then I need a cup of water for my 4-year-old, for almost 5-year-old. For some reason, anytime we get drinks, he wants a cup of water. I don't know why, okay? That's my order. Actually, now that my wife's pregnant, usually there's a breakfast sandwich too, right? But I want you to imagine the person at the cash register, okay? And they're like, I don't really, that sounds like a pretty long order. I don't know if I want to really deal with that. Hey, is there anybody back here that specializes in long orders? Because I don't really feel like ringing that up. Does anybody want to ring it up this time? I'm kind of tired. And so there's kind of 3 other people kind of standing around, and one of them's like, you know what? I don't mind. I'll ring it up. So they ring it up, and then they fill out the cups. They mark all the things, which for our cups, they have to mark like 7 different things, and they line them up. And then, hey, can someone fix the drinks? And then there's a guy kind of hanging out, and he's like, you know what? I fixed drinks earlier. I don't want to do it this time. So then maybe someone else is like, all right, I'll fix the first one, but I don't really like that second one, all that decaf stuff. That's weird. I don't want to do that. Someone else can do that. You get the picture here? If there was no system and they all just stood around and kind of conversed about who was going to do what next, it would take 5 years for them to fix all that coffee, right? But they have a very, very, very specific system. I think someone accidentally unmuted themselves. If you wouldn't mind muting yourself back. There's too many people for me to find you. Here, I'll just try doing this again.
It's not Farsi.
Mute all.
You don't have to worry about something.
There we go. I think someone was on the phone. Cool. I found him. Good deal. So if that happened, it would take them all day and night. But that's not what happens, is it? You walk in, someone takes your order, even with my crazy order, they're like, boom, 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 got it. And then they hand the cup to someone else, right? That someone else is running the espresso machine. That person puts this, however many shots of espresso needs to go in, they hand it to another person who adds the syrup, adds a specific kind of milk, hands it to another person. That person, literally, their only job is to grab it and hand it to you. And boom, in like less than 2 minutes, they have fixed 2 of the craziest drinks ever, and they have your breakfast sandwich ready and your kid's cup of water. Right? They are so efficient. Why? Because they have taken the time to learn a specific system that is organized, and they've made sure they made it efficient. So here's the thing. 2 things. Number 1, it's got to be organized. And this is coming from someone who hates organization, okay? I'm not talking about color coding 1,700 different folders and having 1,000 spreadsheets. Not talking about that. I'm not an organization freak. I can't stand being organized. I'm like very scatterbrained in my personality. But because of that, I've had to learn how to organize my daily game plan, okay? So number one, it's got to be organized, just like Starbucks, just like anywhere you go that pumps stuff out quickly. But number two, it's got to be efficient. And when I say efficient, you can organize something. In other words, you can give something structure. But if you're not doing the right things, it's not efficient, is it? So the second key is your plan has to be efficient. In other words, I like to say this, you have to focus on the things that bring you profit. And here's the things Beachbody coaches like to focus on. Let me go ahead and tell you. Word swag, spending 30 minutes choosing which font you want and which color you want to use. Rona Design, Canva, all of your favorite places, am I right? How about, oh gosh, what's this other one that everyone posts, the little Snapchat? Oh, I almost forgot what it was because I hate it so bad. Snapchat, everyone loves Snap. Everyone loves all of these fun, playful things. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you enjoy it, it's okay to do it if it's a part of your system. But most of you don't have a system. You spend 45 minutes on Word Swag, coming up with this perfect post. You make sure your skin tone is 100% perfect. Make sure you Photoshop any hairs that are out of place. Make sure the font is so amazing. And then you're going to add some sparklies here and a few hearts and maybe 3 or 4 arrows. And then you're going to put it on Instagram. And then you're going to go, you know what? I heard I'm supposed to use 30 hashtags. So you sit and on the spot, try to think up of the 30 hashtags that go with that picture. Now, by the time you're done with all of this, you've spent an hour on your business to make one post. Now, let me ask you this. How many people daily get someone that comments on your post and says, wow, your hair looks fantastic and I love the font. Can I get a challenge pack right now? Does that ever happen? Probably not. Now, here's the thing. I'm not trying to dog on posts because posts do need to look nice and they do need to happen frequently. But very, very rarely, unless you have a following of several thousand people, do posts ever make you money. Posts are simply your free advertising that set up your convos. Here's the thing. And you talk to any top coach, okay? I work with 3 people that are in the top 30. One of them was a top 10 coach last year. One of them is number 11 in the company right now, okay? So this isn't just coming from me. I have verified these facts with them, okay? 95% of your income comes from starting new convos. And yet, 95% of people are avoiding that very step. Why? Because you're having so much fun in Word Swag, you're avoiding the very thing that could make you money because it's not comfortable. Am I right? I mean, no one gets excited about starting new convos. Am I right? It's scary. It is not fun. For my business, it wasn't fun either. I used to reach out to people every single day. Hi, my name is Josh Coates. I'm a speaker, coach, trainer on the John Maxwell team. I work with several Beachbody coaches, including Brittany Powers and Emma Owen. I did get their permission to say that, by the way. And would love to talk to you and see if there's anything I can do to help you with your biz and your team. That is not comfortable to say. Now, the only thing that made it a little comfortable to say was I had the John Maxwell thing, which everyone loves. And I worked with Brittany Powers and Emma Owen. Brittany Powers is number 11 in the company right now. She's got 75,000 followers on Instagram. Everybody knows her and loves her. So that gave me a little bit of credibility. But it's still not fun to reach out to people and offer them something that you know is a sale, right? It's not fun to reach out to people and say, oh my gosh, I love your dog. It's so nice. Like, do you want to be my friend? even if you don't say anything salesy, it just still feels yucky because you know at the end of it, really you don't give a crap about their dog. You want to sell them a challenge pack, right? Am I right? Come on, none of you care about other people's dogs. You want to sell them a challenge pack, right? And so it feels creepy and it feels wrong. But if you want to make money, it's the number one thing you have to do. And it's not fun and it's not easy. But if it was fun and it was easy, none of us would be here at all, would we? How many of you have done fun, easy beach body workout programs? Anybody? Now, maybe you've done a few that are fun. You know, maybe you guys have fun doing size. I even enjoy a little size, although I cannot get past work like the routine number 2. After that, I'm just lost. It's gone. I can do like 3 of the moves. My wife literally just laughs hysterically at me. She videos it so that she can post it and get tons of views on her page because it's hilarious because I suck. I'm horrible. So some of them may be fun, but I guarantee you none of them are fun and easy. I'm on week 2 of hammer and chisel right now. I'm getting my butt kicked every day. And I love something that Autumn said. She said, if it's hurting, that means it's working. Your business is the same way. If you're not doing anything that's hurting you right now, I really have to wonder if you're doing anything at all that's working. And it really has nothing to do with what level you're at. Because like I said, every new level has a new devil. If you haven't ran into a devil in a while, you've probably plateaued a long time ago. And you really need to make some moves that make you uncomfortable. So, I know I'm beating a dead horse over here with the whole conversation thing, but I promise you it's the number one thing people are avoiding. How many of you, raise your hand, okay? Raise your hand if convos is the most uncomfortable part of the business for you. Raise your hand. Come on. Even if you're doing it, it's uncomfortable, right? I mean, it's everybody. Okay, don't feel bad. I admitted myself, it's the most uncomfortable part for me too, right? I'm a speaker, coach, trainer. I still hate starting new convos, right? But it's the most important thing. And so here's why it's so important to have a daily game plan. I heard someone say a long time ago, when we don't have a plan, we immediately fall into our comfort zone. How many of you have ever experienced growth in your life in your comfort zone? Probably no one. You know, anytime that my marriage is comfortable, it's not usually progressing. Like the times that me and my wife are making progress in our marriage, it's usually uncomfortable. I'm usually having to do something I don't like to do, like the dishes. I hate doing the dishes, right? But if I never do the dishes, my wife's going to get upset with me. Now, she doesn't make me do the dishes, but every once in a while I need to help out, okay? Every once in a while I need to vacuum the stupid floor. Every once in a while, here's the thing that I hate doing the most is my wife can't stand kid vomit. So I am the kid vomit cleaner upper. Like that's one of my number one duties. That's not comfortable. Thank you, Heather. I appreciate it. That's not fun, right? But that's part of marriage. That's part of health. That's part of business. I always tell people that one of our number one problems as humans is we forget to apply the lessons we learn in one area of our life to all the other areas of our lives. Now, I want you to imagine, just to harp on it one more time, and then I promise I'll give you the magic formula, okay? I want you to imagine someone, January 1 comes around, right around the corner, right? And everyone decides it's time to get in shape, right? It's the only time of the year that society says it's okay to spend money on your health and fitness, right? And so what do? They hear on the radio that they can go to Planet Fitness, no contract, $10 a month, they can sign up, right? So they go to Planet Fitness, they sign up. Planet Fitness on the first day is so kind, so nice. They give you a tour of the place, tell you how nice all of their stuff is, tell you how everything is state of the art. I don't know if you guys have Planet Fitnesses where you live, but here that's like the cheapest gym. It's like a Walmart of gyms. Like they keep it clean and it looks nice, but it's like $10 a month. It's super cheap, okay? So you go there on January 2. You got all signed up. You show up. And you're like, all right, here's the deal. I'm going to do it this year. I'm going to crush it. You look around and you're not really sure what to do because you're not a personal trainer or anything, right? So you go up to the treadmill and you're like, it's what everyone else is doing. There's some nice TVs up there. I can watch my favorite show, plug in my headphones right here. You run on the treadmill for, say, 10 minutes, right? And you're like, this is the most boring thing I've ever done. We have any P90Xers in here? Tony Horton is always making fun of people on treadmills in the gym. I love it. Sorry. No Tony Horton? That's cool. That's cool. I love Tony Horton. So you do that for 10 minutes, you get bored out of your mind, right? So you're like, well, I'll go check out the dumbbells maybe. You go over there. The weight you need is always taken every single time. Someone else has it and they've got like 7 other weights stacked up next to them. And you're like, really? Like, I just needed that one weight. You've got 7. Like, so you're like, tell you what, I'll go over to the ab corner. Every gym has the ab corner where there's like 20 different ab machines. And what's funny is there's never anyone with a 6-pack using them. Like, if I ever saw like some dude that looked like Shaun T in the ab corner, I'd be like, okay, I probably need to check out the ab corner. But that's never the case. It's always someone, 30 or 40 pounds, like some dude with a big old beer belly, and he's over there working the ab machines, which makes you have to wonder if the ab machines work. But it's the gym, so you go try it out. Now, let me ask you this. If this person finds a way to stick with it, which they usually don't, because the Planet Fitness here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, serves pizza on Monday nights. It's incredible. If this person somehow finds a way to hold on and stick with it, even for 2 months, how good of results are they going to have? I mean, they're burning like what, maybe 150 calories, right? They have no focus on any muscle groups. It's just random and it's sporadic, right? Now think about this, guys. We know from our health and fitness journey that the only way to have results is to have a systematic plan. Here's the thing, we get spoiled a little bit because Shaun T and Shalene and Autumn and Sagi and Tony, they make the plan for us, and all we have to do is open the book and follow the instructions, right? All we have to do is fill up those nice containers that they already provided and put the DVD in it and just go. In other words, they took all the brain work out for us, which is the biggest blessing in the world. I'm thankful for that because I don't want to have to think about all that crap. That's the last thing I have time for, right? But when it comes to our business, we have to take responsibility for doing that ourselves. No one's going to come to your house and say, okay, here's the deal. I see that you've got a job from 9 to 5. You get home at 5:30. You got to fix dinner till 6, and then you eat till 7, and then you got to help kids with their homework till 8. So it looks like we've got a window from 8 o'clock to 9:15 to get everything done. So let me go ahead and map out a perfect plan for you to make sure you get the perfect results. No one is doing that for you. You've got to do it for yourself. So here's what I've done. I came up with a very specific plan for my own business that I want to share with you guys because I've shared it with hundreds of Beachbody coaches, and I swear the same thing that worked in my business is the exact same thing that works in your business, and I'm going to teach you how to tweak it to your schedule. Does that sound good? Does that sound good, everybody? Okay. So here's the magic formula that I found for getting results. Number 1. All right, you ready for this? If I was going to teach on leadership, I had to be a product of leadership. Okay? Number 2, I had to talk to people every single day. And number 3, I had to do personal development. So, in other words, I had to, number 1, be a product of the product. Number 2, I had to invite. And number 3, I had to do personal development. Did anybody catch that there? I hope you caught that. Those were your 3 vital behaviors. Here's what's crazy, is the company has already given you the magic formula. I spent an entire year, gosh, I wish I would have had the 3 vital behaviors. I wish someone would have told me that. I spent the entire first year of my business testing things, trying things, messing with things to find all of the things that didn't work. And the 3 things that I found that did work, when my wife signed up for Beachbody this year and started reading all of her training and stuff to me and brought up the 3 vital behaviors, I was like, Holy crap. I just spent an entire year to figure that out, and they just gave it to you in a freaking little booklet. Good for you. Isn't that great? Here's the thing, guys. The 3 vital behaviors is all you need. Too many of you are trying to create YouTube channels, trying to make websites, trying to, I don't know, do all these crazy things like I did my first year because you hear one training that tells you that this works and this works and this works. So you're like, oh, I have to do that. Like, I'm going to have to do that. Like, if I want to be successful, like they're going to be successful, I need to do that. Right? So then you go spend $1,000 to have someone create a website for you when you've never even hit SC before. Does that sound familiar to anybody? Come on, I did it too. It's okay. Don't be embarrassed. I did it too, right? And then you listen to some other podcast and hear some training about someone that's selling some incredible package to teach you how to do some other thing that it could help your business, right? It could. But it's not a part of your 3 vital behaviors. And here's the thing. I tell people this all the time. Websites are great. YouTube channel is great. Shoot, like there's 1,000 things out there for your business that are great, but you have to earn the right to do those things. By doing your 3 vital behaviors for long enough that you have some type of a residual income, that you get to the point, if you get to the point where $1,000 a week shows up on a regular basis, then you can say, okay, cool. I've got enough momentum going here that I can step aside and work on a website, which if you're really smart, you'll hire someone else to do your website. It's the worst when people create their own websites. I'm sorry, it really is. But at least you have the money then to invest in having it properly done instead of having some website that's like 5 paragraphs of your life story with maybe like 1 image that's got your cat. And no one's buying anything from that website. I'm sorry, right? Or you got a YouTube channel and you've got 6 subscribers. And there's nothing wrong with that because the compound effect will eventually work. But I don't know of anyone that's selling challenge packs off their YouTube channel. You sell challenge packs by simply doing this. Hey, how you doing today? Thanks so much for connecting with me and striking up conversation. Everyone's heard of forming, right? Forming stands for family, occupation, recreation, message. It's creating a relationship with someone that gives you permission to give them a message, okay? And I'm going to give you a little secret formula for messaging people that I learned from a couple of my friends that are killing it, that I promise will make messaging more comfortable, less salesy, and get you better responses, okay? But we'll get to that in a second, okay? So here's what I want to do. Does everyone have something to take notes with? Write something down, whether it's your smartphone, piece of paper, whatever you got, okay? We're going to go through the 3 vital behaviors, and I'm literally going to help you set up your daily game plan, okay? And here's the thing. I need you to understand this. The compound effect says that little things done over time equal great results, okay? I built my business on 2 conversations a day. That's not a very big number, is it? But 2 a day times 30 is 60 people a month that I talked to. Which means in 2 months, I talked to 120 people. In 3 months, I talked to 180. Here's what most people do. They see top coaches. They hear about top coaches' numbers. They think, okay, if I want to make this work, I need to talk to 50 people a day. You talk to 50 people one day. The next day, maybe you're lucky and hit 20. The next day, you're like, screw it, I'm done. Like, I'll just go back to word swag. Right? Because you were 400 pounds overweight trying to do 5 hours of insanity. It doesn't work like that, guys. You've got to start with small and simple. Why is the 21-day fix so smart? Because it starts off small and simple. You don't know what the heck to do with your food when you're first starting off your health journey. Just put them in these containers and eat the crap. It's as simple as that, right? Stop overcomplicating it because the business is actually very simple, okay? Put your 3 containers, your 3 vital behaviors, eat them every day. Give it 6 months. It's not going to happen by next month. If you want to be successful by next month, honestly, you should probably quit. And I don't mean that to be mean, but you will not be successful in a month. Not in anything in life. Not in a marriage, not in being a parent, not in your health journey, and not in a business. It doesn't happen. But I promise you, if you do the small, simple things every single day, don't miss a day unless you're throwing up or your kids are throwing up all over you and you need to like protect your phone so it doesn't get ruined. Do it every single day, okay? So number one, be a product of the product. I want you to write down what workout program you're doing right now. And I want to say it was Danielle Natoni that said this a couple months ago on the National Wake Up Call. I don't listen to him, but I talk to lots of people that do, and they always give me this stuff. I'm like, ooh, that's good. I'm going to use that. She said, I love this. If you're not doing a program from start to finish, how in the world are you going to expect someone else to? There's a few big time struggles that I've seen people have that have kind of like, okay, this is the number one struggle. The number one struggle people are having is just a daily game plan. So simple, but not easy, right? The number two problem that I see with people is they're really struggling on their health journey. And when you stop being a product of the product, your confidence in your convos and your posts, it's all gone. It is impossible to consistently sell something that you're not getting results from. And that's why I say you need to be on a program and you need to be in a challenge group. Not just running challenge groups, okay? You need to run challenge groups, but you also need to participate in a challenge group. Does that make sense? And drink your Shaco. I mean, like that's probably like my easiest favorite part of my health journey is just put the crap in a blender and drink it. Like that's if you're struggling with that, I don't know how to help you because that's literally the easiest thing I've ever found to do, okay? So just drink your Shaco, okay? Number two, invite. And I like to split this up into two categories. Number one is your daily posts, and number two is your daily convos. So I want you to write down how many times a day you can commit to posting on social media. Now, once again, it doesn't need to be 10. It's just whatever you can do every single day. If that's 2, write down 2. Doing 2 every single day is more valuable than 10 today and 1 tomorrow, 3 the next day, and then none the next day. It's got to be every single day consistent, okay? Now, convos. How many new convos a day can you commit to? Once again, the number doesn't matter, okay? Don't tell me the number I want to hear. Tell me the number you can commit to doing every single day. And here in just a minute, we'll backtrack on that, and I'm going to teach you a cool little trick for convos, okay? Number 3, personal development. How many minutes a day will you read or listen to something? And here's the thing. And I don't mean this in a mean way, guys, because here's the thing. I love Chalene Johnson, and she is smart as crap, okay? I've learned so many things from her. But listening to Build Your Tribe is something on top of your personal development. In other words, it's like extra training. It's not your personal development, okay? So I hope I don't strike any weird chords there because I just want you to know I love Chalene, okay? She's taught me, I saw her at Platinum Edge in person. It was amazing. I learned so many freaking things from her. But that doesn't replace my time reading The Compound Effect or reading Go for No. Does that make sense? Personal development is specifically to get you past your own insecurities and your own weaknesses and to develop your strengths. The stuff Chalene teaches is very, very valuable, but it's really more business strategy stuff. So Chalene is more of a consultant, whereas personal development is really more of like an inspiration, motivation thing. Does that make sense to you guys? So I'm not saying stop listening to Chalene. I'm not saying that by any, gosh, she's smart. Keep listening to her, but make time for something else in addition to her. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. I'm glad I'm getting the thumbs up from Molly because I know that's like always a sore subject. I think everyone agrees with me, but okay, cool. Okay, so here's the thing. You now have a daily game plan, okay? Now, besides the workout, because everyone's already doing that every day anyways, hopefully. As far as your posts, your convos, and your personal development time, how many people can raise their hand and say, with the plan I just wrote down, I could accomplish that in less than an hour? Raise your hand. Almost everyone. Now, how many of you have been spending somewhere between 2 and 4 hours a day on your business? Raise your hand. Okay, several people. How many of you have accomplished all of those things every single day for the last several months? So do you see what I mean when I say I can help you be more productive in 1 hour than most of you have ever been in 3 or 4 hours? It's not that you're getting more done, but you're getting the right things done, which is a lot more important than getting a lot done. Does that make sense? My whole first year, I spent 3 hours a day on my business, woke up on Saturday mornings, and Saturday mornings was a work day to me. I was like, I'm going to go to my office, lock myself in the office. I mean, it's the only day that I don't have like a day job or church. So on Saturdays, go to the office, let the kids watch cartoons, put in a full day, until like noon, and then I'd go spend the afternoon with the kids. 2 clients in 1 whole freaking year. Okay? Around February of this year, I got intentional. John Maxwell teaches a lot on intentionality, and I thought I was listening, but apparently I wasn't. I got very intentional about what I needed to do on a daily basis. And honestly, this year, other than obviously the calls that I'm making profit off of, but as far as just like my power hour kind of stuff, literally was about 1 hour a day. And by March, I had like 5 clients. By May or June, it was up to like 15, 20 clients. By October, I was quitting my day job, and now I make 2.5 times the income I made at my day job. That's how quickly things can happen when you focus on the right things. But where there is no focus, I promise you'll have very slow results. Now, here's the thing. Some people will still get results. And I like to use this example, okay? I did P90X for like 3 years. Someone gave me a copy, some burned copies of P90X. Don't you guys love to hear that? I did P90X for like 3 years, bought P90X2 off of Amazon. How you like that? I know you guys love to hear that too. Even though I had a coach at the time, it was a friend from Missouri, and had good results. Good results. I mean, I was 148 pounds. I was a little guy, but I got really toned. But the thing is, I wanted to bulk. I really, really wanted to be bigger. I didn't want to be that scrawny little dude anymore. I wanted to get bigger, right? I did P90X, P90X2, like 3 years. Had good results, but never the results that I wanted. When my wife ordered me Body Beast, I guess that would have been like probably a month before Summit. You know what I did? I did this magical thing. I pulled out the meal plan and I read it. And I actually calculated calories and did what the freaking instructions told me to do. I put on 15 pounds of muscles in 90 days. So here's what I like to tell Beachbody coaches. Many of you are getting good results, but none of you are getting the results you really want because you're not following the game plan. Okay? So here's the thing. Tonight before you go to bed, if you're on the East Coast, I know it's getting late, but please do me a huge favor. Take time to take this hour and your workout, map it into your daily schedule, okay? If you wait until 10 o'clock at night when it's almost time to go to bed, when it's not planned, you fall into your comfort zone. You're going to pull out your phone and you're going to word swag away and then go to bed, okay? Put it on the schedule. If you wouldn't skip a day at your day job, like I know some of you are, stay-at-home moms or maybe college students, whatever that is, but I want you to imagine if you had a day job or, most of you at some point had a day job, how many of you would just miss work just because you didn't feel like going in? Probably nobody. How many of you would show up and give like half effort and skip half of the things that your boss expected you to do because it wasn't really your thing? But yet we will do that every single day in our own business. Our own business is the only thing that rewards us for our hard work and effort. I don't know of a day job that I've ever had where I was truly rewarded for the amount of effort that I put in. But your business will always reward you for your hard work and effort. And yet we treat our businesses maybe 40% as good as we treat our day jobs and careers. And that's really sad. Take your business more serious than you would your day job. Not saying you crap on your day job. It's very easy sometimes to do that. My last several months at my day job, sometimes I'd find myself answering messages from clients when I was supposed to be working. That's not a good thing to do, but you know what? Sometimes it happens. My business was the most valuable thing in the world to me because I knew it was my future. Most of you, there's really no future in your day job. If there is, that's great. I know some of you have different goals. Maybe you love your day job and Beachbody is more for fun. How much more do you need to be very, very, very specific about your time? If this isn't even what you want to do for the rest of your life, you better be very specific about the time that you're spending, okay? So I hate to crap on everybody's day jobs because I know some people have good ones, but I've never had one of those, okay? So let's go back real quick. I know we're like going super long here. Let's go back to the convos. I want to teach you a very simple way to start convos that's not salesy. It's not crazy awkward, but gets past some of the talking about people's dogs for 3 months, okay? Ready for this? Anytime someone likes one of your health and fitness posts, if they've liked us, if they've liked it, they're now somewhat of a warm market. We know they're at least interested in what we do, right? I want you to message them and say something like this. Thank you so much for liking my post. I appreciate it so much when people support my journey and send good vibes my way. Are you on a health journey too? Did that sound salesy at all? No. All you're asking is, hey, thank you for supporting me. Are you on a health journey too? And here's what they're going to feel obliged to talk about, their health journey. Either, yes, I am. And if they're literally that short, okay, great. I want to hear about it. I always love hearing inspiring stories, right? They go into their story. They tell you about it. Then you have the opportunity to say these magical words. That is so awesome. I love to hear about other people's stories and how they're changing their life. Have you ever considered paying it forward and helping others on their health journey? I promise you this, every human being on the planet, when you overcome an obstacle in your life, you feel the need to pay it forward and help other people do the same thing. Beachbody is one of the only ways that offers the ability to do that without getting some certification or something. $150, you can start your own business and you can inspire other people. That's pretty insane, right? If they say no, I promise you this, they will feel the need to explain why they're not on a health journey. No one ever just goes, no, I'm actually not, I'm lazy. No one ever says that, right? They'll say, no, I mean, I wish I was, your stories inspired me so much. Like, I just don't have enough time, or I just don't have the money, or I just don't, boom, you've got the problem. We always say on the John Maxwell team, you're not selling if you're telling. Selling is asking questions and then giving them a solution to their problems. They've just given you the problem. All you have to do now is provide the solution. You know what? I totally understand. My schedule is so tight too. Like, I mean, I've got kids I've got to take here and take there. And that's why I love these at-home workout programs that I do. Would you be willing to try something like that? Now, I still have not said Beachbody. I still have not said Autumn, Shalene, Sagi, any of those words that could like make people go, oh, you're a Beachbody coach. All I've done is tell them what's working for me, ask if they'd be interested in it. If they are, well, now hopefully you know what to do from there, right? What kind of workout programs do you usually enjoy? You think you might like some cardio, some weights, maybe some dancing. Okay, we can go from there. It's if we can get you to that point, I have pretty good faith that most of you can take it from there. But the problem for most people is getting it there. You talk about their dog for 5 months and most people say, I don't know how to convert it from dog talk to Shakeology, right? That's the hardest thing about convos. So don't talk about their dog. Reach out to your warm market. And if you're posting every single day, please, 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 please do me the biggest favor in the world and use an Instagram if you don't, okay? Because your warm market on Facebook can only go so far and then it's gone. There's only so many friends, uncles, great aunts and grand whatever that want to catch up with you and that want to do a health journey. Get on Instagram. Your post from Instagram can literally go straight to Facebook. You've posted in 2 places for the price of 1. There's no reason not to, okay? And here's what I do. If you don't know Instagram very well, you're allowed to use hashtags. You can use up to 30. People literally go in and I'm telling you, people are so bored in this country that we live in that they go search hashtags looking for someone to motivate them and inspire them to be a better person. It's sad, but it's true, so let's take advantage of it, okay? So here's what I do for my posts. I have an iPhone, and in my notes, I have a spot with 27 hashtags that are stored and ready to go. And then all I have to do, I'm on the go all the time. I ain't got time to sit and think about 30 hashtags. I copy and paste 27 hashtags, and then I can customize it with 3 of my own. Boom. People say, yeah, but the hashtags don't have anything to do with my post. It really doesn't matter. Your hashtags do not need to be relevant to your post. They need to be relevant to your brand. So think about the brand that you're trying to create. Are you a runner? Use some running hashtags. You can go search the hashtags to find out which ones work, which ones don't. Do you love wine? Okay, use some wine stuff. Whatever it is, your brand that you want to create, those are the hashtags. It doesn't have to have anything to do with a specific thing you're talking about right there. Does that make sense? So all of you should now have a 1-hour game plan. If you work this 1-hour game plan for the next 6 months, I'm telling you right now, you're going to smash some goals and you're going to be just blown away at what that can create. Okay? So I'm done here, but I do want to tell you guys about some training groups that I run. I run a training group specifically for Beachbody coaches called 4 Weeks to Clarity and Focus. I actually just gave you an entire session from that training group for free. But there are 3 other sessions in the group. The first session, I talk about writing your mission statement and connecting to your why. Every professional business on the planet has a mission statement. Most Beachbody coaches don't. I tell people that your mission statement is the rules you play by. In other words, my mission statement is to equip and empower people to live out their legacy. I can set number goals all day long, all night long. As long as I don't violate my mission, it's okay to have numbers. But the second you don't have a mission and you're pushing for numbers, it becomes selfish. And honestly, it becomes manipulative. Because you're not trying to actually help people. You're just trying to get them to sign up for stuff so you can make money. And that's not what Beachbody is about. I heard Carl Deichler. I live streamed Summit last year. I heard him talk about everyone matters. This really is a company with purpose. So you need to have a mission statement to make sure that you wake up every day and you're about your mission, not about your SC. If you are about your mission, I promise SC will happen. I promise it will, okay? Another thing I teach on is the value and importance of personal development. I also teach on the value. I also teach you how to overcome your fears. Because like I said, new level, new devil. You're always going to have fears. You need to know how to face them, how to overcome them. I also always have a guest speaker. Of one of my clients is usually a guest speaker on the 4th night. Last session, it was Brittany Powers, who I said earlier is number 11 in the company. Always like to have a guest speaker just to add value. So if you're interested in that, here's the thing. It's only $49. I made this training group incredibly cheap so that anyone and everyone on the planet could find a way to get access to it. If you have to eat spaghetti for a week to afford it, I promise it's worth it. That's what we did for my wife's first recruiting dash that she signed up for. I swear, we ate spaghetti for a week so she could do it. You can go to joshuacoates.com and sign up for that. If you don't want to do my group, it's cool. Go to the website anyways and subscribe. I have a new book that I'm going to be releasing hopefully by the end of the month, if not in January, that is going to be free. So if you go subscribe at my website, when it's available, you will get a free digital book. 100% free. How long does it run, Josh? The group is 4 weeks. So it's a 4-week training, and I run them every single month. They're ongoing for the rest of all eternity, okay? So, but January is an awesome, awesome time to sign up and get that. Because let's face it, if you are doing the right things in January, your business is going to explode. It's the only time of the year that society thinks they need to get healthy, right? So check that out. I have another program called The Art of Leading if you're a diamond or above, to teach you how to motivate, mentor, and multiply within your team page. Molly, I know I just talked for like 5 years. I apologize. I'm sorry. But if we want to do any Q&A time, I'm going to unmute you, Molly. I just unmuted you, Molly.
Oh, good. I was coughing. Okay.
But yeah, if you guys want to hang around for a couple minutes and do Q&A, totally.
Really? That's so nice.
My kids are in bed, and my power hour doesn't start for 30 minutes.
Okay, I wrote down some questions. Can I do the first one? First, let me say thank you. Oh my God. That was amazing. Raise your hand, guys, if you're just like, holy crap, he killed it. Like, are you kidding me?
Thank you.
We all needed to hear this. So thank you. Like, my brain is exploding, but not in an overwhelming way. It's more just like in more of a clear, focused way. So thank you.
You're welcome.
And I'm excited to work with you. We start tomorrow. So
Yep.
So excited. I'm getting myself set for Christmas. So get his training for Christmas for yourselves. Put it under the tree with a little note that says, to me, from me, so you could kill your 2016 or something cute. Okay, do it. So here's my question. I love the conversation thing when you guys get likes. Did you guys love that? Like, that right there is so easy to have a conversation. That's not scary. So that was huge. But where's my question? I just wrote it. Oh, so I know you work with a lot of the top coaches. So how you did mention, it's a part two. It's 2 parts. Sorry, because I know other people are wondering this. You said ditch Facebook. I agree with you. But how do you feel about the like page thing?
Oh, wait. No, I didn't say ditch Facebook.
Oh.
I didn't say ditch Facebook.
I said, what did you say?
Don't limit yourself. Don't limit yourself to Facebook.
Yes. Okay. Don't limit. Totally.
Yes,
Instagram is awesome. This is Molly when I get, okay. So much.
No, it's okay. It's okay. No, I don't want anyone to ditch Facebook.
Yeah.
I do want you to be careful about like pages.
I agree. Oh, okay. Why? Tell us.
If you don't have a good following yet.
Yeah.
Now, I believe, and everyone's going to like pages. And here's what I try to be careful with, Molly. Everyone's in different seasons of their business.
Yes, I agree.
So I'm in a season right now where I'm trying to build up my like page because I'm making plenty of money today. I'm now trying to build up money for a year from now, right?
Mm-hmm.
But this is what I want people to be careful of. If you're not making money today, do something that's going to make you money today, because you can't wait a year to pay your bills, right? Now, I'm not saying 100% ignore everything else on the planet, but I kind of am.
Okay.
Because the people that you're going to sell challenge packs to is probably not going to come from your like page unless you go do some specific like page training and learn how to run Facebook ads and learn how to properly do a like page.
Okay.
But once again, the problem with that is that's hours you're going to have to spend not doing your 3 vital behaviors. Mm-hmm. So I tell people this: if you have free time that you can do your 3 vital behaviors and then go work on a like page and get some like actual training, or then go work on a YouTube. Like I don't want to make it sound like those things are bad, because those are things that I'm doing now in my business. But like I said earlier, I had to earn the right to do those by paying my stinking bills so I could quit my job and just be home with my family. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, that's awesome. And I completely agree with you. I feel like there's so many distractions, shiny things, where if we just do the what you said, those 3 things every day that earn us money, that's all we should be doing until we're like 2-star at least.
Yes.
I think.
No, you just nailed it. 2-star is exactly it. Too many people try to make the transition at diamond, and it's too soon.
Mm-hmm. It is too soon. I agree. And I speak from experience, you guys. There's so many shiny things and so many podcasts and all that, like he was saying, where we feel like we should do 50 million things. We really are going to build an insane business doing the 3 things Josh says. So that I literally was like, my heart was bursting. I was just like, yes. So please listen to him. And you guys, I tell you, it's weird. My like page, I'll come up with this wonderful post. I think it is so beautiful. I've used Word Swag. I've used Canva. I got rid of my wrinkles. I'm joking. kind of like I use a really good filter. And I'll put it on my like page and I'll get one like. And literally I'm like, okay, guess what? So don't do that. Put all your good stuff where all your people, your warm market is, like Josh is saying. So just don't get distracted. Do what he's saying. What was my other question? How many times do you think do the top coaches post on Facebook? Because I think it's a busy world out there. And some people are like, I'll just post twice a day.
Mm-hmm.
What are they doing?
So, let me preface this by saying,
Mm-hmm.
you should never try to copy top coaches.
Oh, totally. Amen. Yes.
Because they have assistants. Some of you don't know that, but most of the top coaches have assistants that do most of their dirty work.
That's true.
So don't try to copy them if you don't have their schedule.
Right.
But I will still answer your question, just so you know. Most of the top coaches post like 5 times a day.
Okay, that's fine. I think that's doable for all of us, and we don't need assistance for that. So that's good. Yeah, cool. Awesome.
But I always like to say, if you can only do 2 times a day, that's
2 is
still
better than 0.
That's still better than trying to do a number that will frustrate you and cause you to give up.
Yeah. Yes. Totally. Totally. Okay, that was awesome. Thank you. That was very good for me to hear. Someone else ask some questions. I'm out. Thank you so
feel free
much.
to unmute yourself and just go for it.
Don't be shy, people.
Okay, I have a question.
What's up, Andrea?
So what you're saying as far as like pages and posting, I try to get like 3 to 5 posts a day and really focus on my content, but I put it on my like page.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I'll share it to my personal page, but you're saying I should share everything on my personal page?
No, I'm not necessarily saying you should share everything on your personal page. Well, technically, if you're gonna post it on your like page, yes, share it to your personal page every single freaking time, okay? Because why not? That's the only place people are gonna see you. Like I'm assuming if you're a newer coach, you probably have less than 1,000 likes on your like page. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. So give me a rough estimate number. This isn't to embarrass you. We all, I only have like 800. Okay.
I think I have like 240.
Okay. So if you have 240 people that like your page, I'm just making this up based on what little I know about the freaking algorithm that pisses me off. maybe 10 people see that post.
Yeah, exactly.
On your personal page, probably 40 are going to see it. Now, at the same time, your like page, I'm not saying, please don't hear me wrong and say that I'm saying ditch like pages. Not by any means. You should always have something that's building some type of momentum for the future, but you don't need to focus there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You need to focus on the places where people are going to see your face. Right? And so for you right now, that's probably just your regular page. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Now, once again, everyone's in a different season, and that's the most important thing that I want you to understand, that you need to know what's right for your season. Now, when you get to Diamond, I think that's the time to kind of start working a little bit more on things like page. Don't overwhelm yourself just yet with training videos, because you've still got Molly that's making all of those. Don't cut off from the mothership just yet, but you can start messing with a little bit more of like your branding. You know what I mean? But once again, it's all about simplicity. Carly Del Carlo was number 7 in the company last year. My favorite thing I've ever heard anyone on the planet say is this: this business is very simple. It's not easy, but it is very, very simple. Carly Del Carlo, who regularly would hit SC80, backs me on everything I'm saying tonight. Me and her spoke together in Seattle, and she said, if you want to be really successful in this business, do the 3 vital behaviors and do them over and over and over and over. She was number 7 in the company last year. SC80 was just normal. That's not a good month. That's just a normal month for her. Why? Because she did her 3 vital behaviors 8 to 10 hours a day. Now, I know none of you have 8 to 10 hours a day to work the business, and that's okay. But don't you think if that's what got her SC80, the same system is going to help you get SC8? Now, you have less time to do it, but it's the same thing. Does that make sense?
Totally.
Hopefully that helps. I don't want to steer people away from like pages. I just don't want you to put all of your focus and attention somewhere where nobody's seeing you.
I love it. I think, can you hear me? I think just the 3 vitals and ignore all the other shiny stuff. That's where we're all gonna hit 2-star like that if we really do what Josh says. I mean, I swear to you guys, because none of this existed before I hit 5-star. None of all this other, oh my gosh, I just literally did what he said. So I want the same for you guys. Don't let other things distract you.
And when you get to 2 stars, then you can start diving into a little bit of that stuff at a time.
Mm-hmm.
But you're also going to have some regular money showing up every single week, and you can go, oh, you know what? I probably do need some like professional like headshots and some professional, but that's okay because I just made $1,000 this week, so I can invest that back into myself. I always tell people the only money I spent to build my business was this cell phone and these headphones. That was it. Even this laptop that I'm talking to you guys on right now, I sold my guitar amp to buy.
That is dedication.
I mean,
that's belief.
I didn't have money. I was poor. Me and my wife literally joke about how poor we were. The other day we were at Super Target. My wife bought a knife sharpener. Those cost $20. And she looked at me and she kind of laughed and she goes, I've always wanted one of these, but we were always just so poor. $20 just sounded ridiculous for something we didn't need. You know what I mean? Like she's like, I couldn't get myself to spend like money that we needed for other things on a knife sharpener. And now we just laugh about stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I love it.
And that's what will happen if you focus on the right things.
Focus on the right things. I think you guys, he also said something really important. It was like, every time you sit down to work, think, will this bring me results? Same with your fitness. When I go to do my workout today, hammer and chisel, I was like, do I want to do this? Not so much. But will it get me results? Will it get me the body I want, the health I want, the stronger so I can deal with Sagi tomorrow? Yeah. So do this. I just think that if you sit down and you think scrolling through wedding photos is not going to get you where you want to, it's all there, but yeah.
And the thing is, there's plenty of time to scroll the Facebook newsfeed after you do these 3 things.
That's true. Thank you for that permission.
Yes, you're welcome. Let's face it. For most of us, if you spend 1 focused hour on your business, you're still going to have a couple hours that you would either watch Netflix or scroll your Facebook newsfeed. Now, there are some exceptions. Every once in a while, there's someone who works full-time and goes to school full-time and has 3 kids. For those of you that have that situation, this game plan is so important to you because it's the only hour you got. But for the rest of us, let's face it, we have free time. We just waste it away doing things that aren't important. So you don't have to give up all of that time. Just give up an hour of it.
Yeah, totally. I think David Ingram is my favorite example of that. He was going to school full-time, had a full-time job and 3 kids. And he made it to 15-star because you guys, he just gave up TV. So that's such a good story.
Yeah.
It's true. So that's cool. Any other questions? Although Tracy looks like she's ready for her headshot right now. I'm just saying right there. I know. Look at that. She's working it. Okay. Someone else ask a question. Nobody?
I think that it's hard to come up with questions only because it's so simple.
I love that, Andrea. I want to hug you.
That it's, there's not a lot to ask about it. It's just doing it, because I'm like scanning my notes, trying to find another question, but it's just doing it.
Yeah.
But I know that you guys will run into things along the way. And so I really want to encourage you to sign up for Josh's program because it starts January 4th. And that will be after the holidays when you're like, the kids are back to school and you hopefully have sat down maybe on the 1st, like my husband and I do every 1st, maybe the 2nd because we're like tired. No, but we sit down on the 1st and we write out our big, awesome goals for 2016. So you're going to have those set aside, and to do them alone kind of might be a little overwhelming. But if you're signed up for a program where you're like $49 for someone to walk me through this and help me get past my fears, which I know holds us back, I just want to really encourage you guys to do it. So, I'll be doing, our diamonds are doing it. And so I want to really encourage you, that's all I have to say about that.
On top of that, during those 4 weeks, we have daily check-ins for the 3 vital behaviors.
Oh,
So
that's
there's
cool.
actually daily accountability for an entire month. That's actually one of my favorite parts of the group is for people to get, because if you can do it every single day for a month, there's going to be some momentum that carries you out of that. You're going to feel empowered to like keep moving. Like, oh, I just did it for, you know what I mean? Just like a workout program, you know?
Yeah.
Gosh, I always tell myself, if I can just get through this stupid first week, I'll be fine, right? It's a stupid first week that I swear your brain starts telling you weird, crazy things. You want to commit suicide on the first week of a workout program. But if you can just stick with it long enough, your body adapts to it, and it's still difficult, but it's not a big deal, right?
Right.
It's the same with your business. You know, if you can stick with it for 30 days, you'll adapt to it, and it won't even be a big deal anymore.
I have a quick question.
What's up, Tracy?
I finally thought of one. So I have a fear. I don't necessarily, I'm not scared of talking to people and going outside of my comfort zone. But as a stay-at-home mom, and I have two really needy kids.
Yeah.
And so they started picking up and holding their phones a bunch and walking around. They're fake old iPhones that I've dropped in water and they don't work anything.
Yeah.
So my fear is, so I have this hour that I can spend at night. My kids aren't in school. What if I become successful and I don't have time to get back to people? So you spend this hour to grow your business, you get more and more people that are involved. But I got to a point where I was hitting, I was hitting Success Club 5 every single month, and I started to freak out because I started getting stressed and I didn't have time to get back to everybody with the quality. And so then I kind of quit for a while and was like, I can't do this. I'm too stressed. So then I fell back to I'm not going to reach out to people. I'm just going to keep with my posts for right now. I don't know what, if you have that hour and then everything grows, that's my fear.
So let me
becoming too successful. Sorry.
Okay. No, it's okay.
No, it's a normal fear, I think.
Yes. Yes. Let me ask you this, Tracy.
Yeah.
How much do you love those two kiddos you have?
Oh my God, so much.
More than anything in the world, right?
Yeah, more than anything in the world.
What do you want them to grow up and do?
Whatever they want to do.
Whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
Is it possible that some of those things are going to be incredibly challenging?
Yes.
Is it possible that your kids are going to want to do something beyond anything anyone else has ever imagined?
Yes.
Do you want them to know that they're capable of doing it if they believe they can and they set their mind to it?
Yes.
Grant Cardone has a book called The 10X Rule.
Okay.
Absolutely love this. He says success
Let me write that down.
Success is our...
Wait, one more time. What's the book name?
It's called The 10X Rule.
10X Rule. Okay.
Success is our ethical obligation. Because there are millions of people around the planet that depend on our success.
Okay.
And here's the thing is we use families, and I don't mean this in a mean way, Tracy, because I've done it before.
Yeah.
We use family as an excuse to get away from success when really it should be our greatest motivation to have success.
Find a way.
Because every single day those kids are watching you.
Yeah.
And they're going to grow up and they're either going to think, my mom is a freaking rock star. And dude, if she can do this, why can't I do this?
Yeah.
Or they're going to say, you know what? Like my parents played it safe. Like, why can't I play it safe? And I know no one would ever want that for their kids, ever. Like no one would ever say that out of their mouths, right?
Yeah.
But yet we avoid success trying to protect our children. I really wonder how in the world that protects our children to avoid success.
Yeah.
Like if you just say it out loud, it really doesn't make any sense.
I totally agree.
Right?
Totally. Yeah.
And that's what I teach in the training group is that all of our fears, because they're inside of us, they're emotionally connected to all these weird things going on. It's just like a little kid in the dark. Every single night I go into my kid's room, the light's on, I kiss them goodnight, and I pray over them. And everything's cool.
Yeah.
Then I turn the light out on my way out, and all of a sudden there's monsters in the closet. I don't know, freaking
no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Every single night, over and over again. Yes.
Snakes under the bed. I mean, all these crazy things.
Yes.
2 seconds ago, everything was fine. Right?
Yep.
Why do they freak out when the lights turn out?
Yeah.
Because they can't see. When we can't see, we automatically assume the worst. And as adults, you would think we'd grow out of that. We don't. There's literally a part of our brain that triggers anytime we see unconquered territory. And it triggers a flood of emotions that we call fear to try to scare us away from what could be a dangerous place, to keep us in a safe place. Why is your health journey so hard? Because your brain sees, I don't know if this is safe, and begin to imagine all of the worst things that could possibly happen to scare you into a safe place. It's actually the way we're wired. So that if you're walking down the street and a car comes, flying at you, that flood of emotions hits you so fast you can literally jump out of the way of a car, quicker than you've ever done in your life, right?
Yeah.
But here's the problem with that part of our brain is there's no logic to it. And so anytime there's unconquered territory, it immediately triggers and goes off, floods us with emotions. And even if it doesn't make sense, we believe it because most of us are more intact with our emotions than we are with our logic. But at the end of the day, if we just use logic, we'd realize how crazy we're being. I was this close to not quitting my job. Oh, everyone just froze up on me. Oh, are you guys there? Okay. I was this close to not quitting my job. I was down to 2 days a week at my job. I literally make as much in an hour now as I used to make in a day at my day job. And I almost didn't quit my job because I was scared. What if something happens and my business falls apart? I was only working 2 days a week at my job at that point because I'd kind of worked my way down. I was smart about it. But I almost didn't quit because there was that fear of the unknown. The minute I quit, like literally within a week, I had signed 5 new clients, which was literally like picking up 5 days at my day job, but was only 5 hours of my time.
Yeah. That's
Fear is always trying to tell us that something crazy is ahead.
Awesome.
And
Thank you. That totally helped.
Yeah, you figure it out when you get there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Can I say something?
Yeah, of course, Heather.
I just want to say thank you, Tracy, for bringing that up. I feel so emotional right now. It's
I
great.
know, I almost cried.
I am one coach away from being diamond and 1-star diamond, and it scares the life out of me. But anyway, thank you, Josh. I can't tell you what you've done for me.
Of course. You're welcome.
And Heather is allowed to cry, and she's making me cry, but I'm glad that you can only see a little square of me, right? Because I'm crying.
Yes. Only one square.
Sorry. But I remember you guys, so if you're a beginning coach or wherever you are in your journey, we're an emotional bunch, but we all love what we do and we really care about each other. So we're like a really close family. But I remember Heather is one of my coaches. And I remember talking with you. I was in bed sick. And I remember talking with you and your kids on the call. And you were like, Molly, I'm scared to do this. And I was like, Heather, just do the daily behaviors every day. Focus on you, number one. And look at her, you guys. Yeah. She is an amazing coach. She's going to go from Ruby to 1-star in a week.
Wow.
And it's because I think you really have that belief in yourself, Heather. Like you and I'm just, I don't know what to say. Josh couldn't say it, but it's just the coolest thing that you didn't let your fear of all of what's happening scare you. You were like, I'm just going to be me and do this every day because you focused on your body, like getting healthy. So anyway, you made me cry, Tracy, too, because I totally get it. And you guys, 5 years ago, I've been doing this 5 years, maybe something like that. I started when Turbo Fire came out and my kids were younger and I didn't think I had time. I had so many fears and doubts. I wanted to give up every other week. I won't lie. But I knew I wanted my kids to be proud of me. I knew I owed it to them to send them to college to help my husband. And I knew that I could do it. And I remember promising Monica I would not quit. I would do it for a year and then I'd deal with it. And after a year, it was awesome. So just like Josh says in a workout, it doesn't happen overnight. It happens in a year. Really, it does. So never give up on yourselves, you guys. You're all so beautiful and wonderful. And I'm so glad Tracy asked that too. Now I'm crying. And I just did my makeup. Okay.
I have this magical way of, if I don't make people cry in my presentation, somehow there's always a question at the end where somehow I always make people cry. Like I literally was joking about it on one of my calls today with one of my clients that I'm just going to put on my wall. I make people cry. And, but usually it's a good cry. So
yeah.
But I mean, that's the thing is I always tell people our business journey is just as emotional as our health journey. It really is. You know, most people cried 20 or 30, if not more times, getting where they're at on their health journey, because it's tough. It is. And it's an emotional experience, but your business is too.
Yeah.
And that's why, because of that part of your brain that's scared to death of anything that's new, right? Like, why would you be scared of losing weight? Like, how does that logically, that makes no sense at all, right? But in the moment, you're scared to death. So in the moment, it does make sense to you to be scared of it, because it's an emotional battle that you're fighting, and you're giving up a lot and you're sacrificing a lot. But at the end of the day, it's always worth it, you know? And you know, Tracy, just to, like, to be honest, like, when my business took off, there was, I don't know, probably the last 6 months where my family honestly didn't see me much. And I had to learn a lesson and go, okay, so I've got myself here, but it's okay. I can always make adjustments. So here's what I did. For 6 months, my life was a little out of balance. I started cutting off all my evening stuff other than like these night calls. My kids are in bed. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. But I started cutting off all my late afternoon stuff. I got rid of all my early morning appointments. I now take my kids to school every single morning. I'm done with my calls by the time they get off. And that's the beauty of success, is that once you have it, you can direct it and you can take charge of it. Now, hopefully you learned the lesson earlier than I did. And that's the beauty of your business, is you have residual income. In mine, I didn't. I had to show my face if I wanted to make money, right? But you have residual income. So if you get to the point where you do have 40 people under you, guess what? You just adjust that hour. Okay, well, I don't need to start 5 conversations anymore every single day. I can start 1 new conversation to keep some momentum rolling. And the time that I would have spent with those 4 conversations, I can spend in my team page talking to people. You know what I mean? And you can just adjust that hour according to what your business needs. Does that make sense?
Well, where'd she go? Oh, she had to go put her kid to bed. Oh,
she moved down there because someone else hopped off.
Oh, there she is. I feel like I'm playing a game. That was kind of fun.
I know, right? Some Hollywood Squares. Does anyone else remember Hollywood Squares?
Wait a minute. My dad was on that. What? My dad was on Hollywood Squares, you guys. Yes, he was. Back in when I was only 5. So let's do the math. I was for 37 years ago. He was on Hollywood Squares, and he won like back to back to back to back shows. Yes, he won all kinds. Yeah. Totally hilarious that you mentioned that, because nobody knows what that show is.
I'm old.
Now I know how old you are.
Pretty old. Pretty old.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Josh. This has been an incredible call. I told my team this is going to be the best call of the year. Pretty sure it is. And I'm so excited to like tackle my day tomorrow. But before, I'm going to go to bed and do what he told us to do.
Beautiful. So. You want to take a picture together real quick?
Yeah. Hello. Oh, man. Yes, of course. Ready, everybody? Okay. You knew we were doing that. Yep. Okay. Ready, everybody? Oh, gosh. We need our biggest, happiest smiles. Ready? Okay. I kept my mouth closed on that one. People should be proud, because I'm usually like, anyway.